Hello everyone and welcome to the Neural Implant Podcast. Today I'm going to be doing a solo episode from my nightclub studio. If you're watching the YouTube channel, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, as you may know, I'm working at the Dr. Kevin Otto Lab here at the University of Florida, and I've been here for about 6 weeks. I've really enjoyed it, and I wanted to share with you, my audience, some of the work that we're working on here. And I know it hasn't been published yet, but I just think it's so big that I need to talk about it. Anyways, what we're talking about, what we've been developing, is something called the Turbo Encabulator. Now, this original machine has a base plate of prefabulated amulite, which is surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two main spurving bearings are in a direct line with the panametric fan. The latter consists simply of 6 hydrocoptic marzlevanes so fitted to the ambifacient lunar waneshaft that side fumbling is effectively prevented. The main winding is one of the normal lotus-o-deltoid type placed in a panendermic semi-boloid slot. With the stator, every 7th conductor is connected by a nonreversible tremmie pipe to the differential girdlespring to the up end of the grammeters. Now, all of this is in essence our Turbo Encabulator that we're working on. Now, I know, this is such an intuitively obvious idea, and it's so intuitively obvious to the most casual observer. But for some of you who are needing to brush up on your neuroanatomy vocabulary, I would recommend something called Memrise. Memrise is a free spaced repetition smartphone app or website which people upload courses as well as clever ways to remember words. The better you do, the less often you see the words. So if you're unsure about things about what tendon sites are, the location of pituocytes, what an arachnoid is, the role of tegmentum, or the difference between dorsal, ventral, caudal, and rostral, I recommend checking out the program. Even simply learning and training this for 5 minutes a day is enough to become fluent in the language of neuroscience in a few short months. I've used these kinds of methods to learn 4 additional languages, and learning the language of neuroscience is a much faster process than learning thousands of vocabulary words needed for a language. The key is regular repetition and going over the words dozens of times. I recognize this may sound like a commercial, but it's not. It's just a program that I've used for years, and I wanted to share some of my tips with you. Also, I didn't have a guest for this week. Anyways, I hope that you were able to learn something new and learn some of the basics of neuroanatomy. I also hope that you can implement our Turbo Encabulator into some of your future research. This has been Laden, and I hope that you will enjoy yourself. Until next week.